Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is probably sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Guys, he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, Uzi, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase. Yes, it does come with a fun Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15, like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more, or click the URL in the video description. Lastly, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Xerox to buy Lexmark for $1.5 billion, which is a pretty penny to say the least. Now, Xerox is perhaps most famously known for being so mentally vacuous, they basically gave Steve Jobs all the data he needed for the personal computer. But in all seriousness, these days you're known for, well, the photocopier. It was pretty much the cornerstone of the business, and these days, one of the most popular things is the all-in-one photocopier, printer, fax machine, banana falcon, and coffee maker in one. Okay, maybe the last two things aren't incorporated in them yet, but they're a many multi-function tool. And they've been thinking, how can we expand our market share? They're already pretty big, but, well, Lexmark, that's a pretty good one, especially for businesses. Now, I know like maybe one or two friends has a Lexmark printer, but where I see them, being a small business owner, we actually are a tech company helping companies with their business. We see a lot more of, especially small, medium-sized businesses, a lot of them utilize Lexmark. Now, coming from the article by Dylan, they say, quote, Xerox to buy Lexmark for $1.5 billion in blockbuster print deal. There you see the old trademarked logo of the Xerox. Now, Xerox says that it will strengthen their core print portfolio and build a broader global print and managed print services business better suited to meet the evolving needs of clients in the hybrid workspace. They also know that global print giant Xerox has struck the deal to buy it for, again, $1.5 billion from the company's Chinese owner in a blockbuster print deal. They note that the Norwalk, Connecticut-based Xerox said that, quote, it will strengthen it even better. Now, they know that Lexmark's current owners are Nine Star Corporation, PAG Asia Capital, and Shanghai Shaodu Investment Century. The deal is expected to close in the second half of 2025, subject to regulatory approvals, which that's where I wonder, will it actually go through? Because again, in terms of major printer manufacturers, let's be honest, how many are there? You have Hewlett Packard, which I'll give them credit. The little one, I've had the same one for, I think that one's 12 years old now. That printer's still working pretty good. We got Hewlett Packard printers. We got Brother printers. What else? Epson. Although those are really known for being annoying as hell, as not having, always giving the errors for not enough cyan or whatever. Even if you just want to print something in black. They have those three. Then realistically, we have Xerox and Lexmark. There's not that many. So I do wonder, again, depends on the new Trump administration, what their thoughts are in terms of, could this be anti-competitive because they're decreasing the number of options out there for consumers? That may very well might hold up or even halt this deal completely. Now, they know that, quote, approval is also based on Nine Star shareholders and customer closing conditions. Xerox said in its board of directors had unanimously approved the transaction and will be funded through a combination of cash on hand and committed debt financing. Once the deal is closed, it would be, quote, immediately accelerated to Xerox earnings per share and free cash flow, in addition to helping the company reach financial targets of revenue stabilization and double-digit adjusted operating income faster, according to the company. Xerox also says it plans to cut more than $200 million in costs within the first 2 years of the combined organization, which, unfortunately, realistically, there will be a lot of job titles and roles that are overlapping when they actually do combine the companies. Usually there's a year or two where you have a lot of the folks sticking around because you have those, throughout the whole mergers, you saw the companies operating independently. But an overwhelming majority at the time, more often than not, you're unfortunately going to have a lot of layoffs. Hopefully they're able to find gainful employment at one of the competitors. Now, they said that this helps Xerox stock tick up by about 3.5%. And CEO Steve said, quote, our acquisition of Lexmark will bring together two industry-leading companies with shared values, complementary strengths, and deep commitment to advancing the print industry to create one stronger organization. By combining our capabilities, we will be better positioned to drive long-term profitable growth and serve our clients, furthering our reinvention, unquote, which, yeah, they've had some issues past couple of years at Xerox. Now, another issue with printers is, well, they're the ultimate loss leader on the pretty much the definition of a loss leader, second to only perhaps maybe cameras back in the day. I mean, it's almost a joke in terms of buying a printer is actually a really good deal in terms of the technology you get and the value of the components, but the companies are losing money on it because they know you have to come back and buy that ink that's more profitable than pharmaceuticals in many cases. So they lose a lot of money up front, and they, eventually you usually refill that ink. So, I believe it or not, I actually know some people, because the cost of printers gets so cheap, they'll actually just buy a new printer. It is astonishing how that sometimes works out mathematically. So let me know in the comments. I mean, again, have you ever heard of Lexmark? Do you think this will actually be approved by regulatory and on that level? And then do you think it'll be better for the consumers? Let me know, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.